Hey guys, welcome back to the next part of this weekend's portfolio review. I know, it's Monday, but we skipped Saturday, so so that's why I'm still counting as part of the weekend. But I know this is the next section, the people that we were missing. So yeah, let's get to it. No further announcements right now. Whoop, there we go. And let's continue with Jagesh Rawat. Okay, cool. Let's take a look at the note first. And it says, "Hi, Abraham. Hello, Jagesh. Hope you're doing well. I love watching your tutorials. I'm learning a lot from them. I started learning 3D from last 6 months, and now I'm able to model basic things, but still facing difficulty in texturing them. I would be glad if you could review my work." Of course, my friend. Modeling is usually the first thing everyone does when they start. I'm gonna go in order, in the same way you added this. Let's take a look. And this is great. This is a great model. Yeah, I mean the render is not that bad either. I like it. Yep, simple model. Every time anyone asks me, "Hey, what kind of things should I model for my first couple of models?" Go for something simple like this: square shapes, blocky elements, repetitive shapes. But when done right, this is a perfectly valid portfolio piece. Yeah, perfect. Living room. Nice, nice, clean, clean. I like it. I like the decorations over here. I would guess that you didn't model or sculpt all of these little elements right here. It's fine. It's totally fine. The lighting, it's amazing. It's really clean, really nice. Congratulations. This one looks really nice. Careful here with the plant. I know you're probably gonna be using alpha channels or to do the transparency. Make sure to include this on this one right here. On the clear render. I would recommend including the alpha channel on the clear render as well. Texture wise, nice, clean. Yep, no comments. This one is super clean. Architects pay a lot of money for this kind of stuff, and it's for us artists, it's really easy to do. So that's great to have as a portfolio piece. Okay, flare. It's a flare. Nice little gun. I probably wouldn't include this on my portfolio because it's a relatively simple shape. The piano and the other one, I think I would, but that one, not bad, but not like super impressive either. This one's cool. I like the texture. You say you are having issues with texturing, but I don't see that here, man. Like the texturing is nice. I think it looks quite nice, quite clean to be honest. It's a little bit blocky. Like give me just 1 second. This is gonna be fun. Give me just 1 second. So tools. Whenever you're using tools, tools are ergonomic. This is a little like screwdriver I use to assemble my computers and stuff. And you can see when I hold it, it's really easy and soft to hold, right? So that's the kind of stuff that you want to go for. And actually, I'm not sure why I went for this one. I have this one right here. This one I got as a gift from my brother on my last birthday. And you can see the wood, it's round. It's supposed to be round so that when I hold it, and if I were to kill some other Viking or something, it would be easy to handle, right? So the blade is fine. The blade you can see similar to yours. It's this sort of like thing going into like a harder edge. But anytime you're talking about something that someone's gonna be holding, it needs to be ergonomic. Okay, everything needs to be ergonomic. Otherwise, it's gonna be really difficult to properly hold it. Okay. So yeah, but the textures are great. If you can modify the model and get the same kind of textures, you're gonna be fine. Let's go with this another living room. Okay. Okay, this one's not as good, and I'm gonna tell you why this is not as good. First of all, when you're using bricks, especially for architectural rendering, you definitely want to do displacement maps. We've done a lot of displacement maps in the channel, so make sure to check some of our libraries. Just look on our videos and type in displacement, and you should find something regarding to displacement because it's really important that you displace this. Otherwise, it just looks like a really ugly like wallpaper. Now this guy, I would expect a TV to be here, to be honest, like a big TV probably, and blur the background, super easy. Here, I'll show you. If you don't know how to do this, because I'm thinking you did this in Photoshop, right? It seems pretty obvious to me that this was a Photoshop composition, unless you actually like added a unless you added this. Oh my god, there we go. So here in Photoshop, especially since this is a square section, one little thing I like to do is you can duplicate the image and then do a filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Of course, not super blurred, but just enough to get this sort of like depth of field effect like this. And then mask everything with like a black mask. So we're pretty much hiding everything, right? And then on this same black mask, you can just go with your selection tool and try to get like the selection there, and then just paint it white. Ooh. See? And you're gonna do the same thing pretty much everywhere. You can press Shift to create like two different selections here. I know I'm selecting the lamps right now, don't worry. Oh. There we go. Of course I will do the same thing. Especially here, like the sky, you really don't need to... The sky, we really don't need to blur it. So see that? When we see it from this side, it looks a lot better because it looks blurred. And now since this is a mask, it's just a matter of going into the mask and just like unmasking the lamps. Of course, with more care, right? I'm doing this like super fast right now, but you get the idea. Like you can do this in post-production and it's the same. Like no one's gonna notice a difference, and it's gonna make your piece look a lot better because the lighting otherwise looks really nice. Make sure to check the scales as well, because for instance the sofa looks like proper scale, but then the stairs look really narrow, like someone could fall there and get hurt. So make sure all of the measurements of your scene are right as well. That has to do with more architecture, but it's should be easy to do. Nice. I did the cannon like this a couple of years ago. This one looks good. Not bad. Valo exterior. Okay. Textures. It's time to do texture for that one. That one's it's a good model. Let's texture it. Easy model. Like you could, here's one thing I suggest for when you guys do small models like this one, because this is a fast model, right? Like this, it's just maybe like half a day of work. It's just a quick model, quick texture, quick render. If you have several of these objects and you get them together in a small scene, like a table on a garage or something, it makes it look a lot nicer. Like the taser that you have, or the flare that you have, and this, and a couple of others, they make a big scene, and now that looks way more impressive. So you could try doing things like that. Sci-Fi Grenade. Okay. If the color is supposed to be glowing, make it glow more, the purple one, because it looks a little bit flat. But the model looks okay. It's a simple model, but it's a good model. See, you don't have to go super crazy to do cool things. This is amazing. This looks super pretty. Super nice. Yep. Super nice, super clean. I like it. I love it. Yeah, I mean, if you put this out there for your like architectural friends, again, architects pay a lot of money for that kind of stuff. Oh, this is a great truck. The tires could get a little bit better. I did a tire tutorial last year, but I think I'm gonna do a new one because I've seen a lot of people do vehicles and they do tires a little bit wrong. So I'll probably show you guys how to do them properly, because it's not great. It's not great. It's not bad. It's not great. Everything else looks great. Texture this. There we go. Cool. Yeah, you have really cool stuff. Another thing you could do, Jogesh, create an art station. Create an art station and start uploading some of this, because they're definitely portfolio worthy. So yeah, great start. Let's go now with wait. There we go. Let's go with Harjot Singh. Harjot Singh. Hopefully I'm pronouncing your guys' name properly, because I know that sometimes names are pronounced in a very different way. Like Abraham, everyone says Abraham in English. In Espanol is Abraham. Very different, right? So, yeah. Hope you're doing good. I am doing good, thank you. My name is Harjot Singh, and I want to pursue my career as a 3D character artist. Great. I have learned various things from your course on Udemy. They have been very helpful in improving my art, but still believe I'm missing something to achieve the desired result. I've provided my registration link. Kindly check. We're excited my portfolio. There we go. Let's go. Oop. Harjot 93. I'm gonna assume that you were born in 93, which means that you're 1 year younger than me. Okay, not bad, man. Like, first impression, this is looking quite nice. There are a lot of characters, and I can already tell what the thing that you might be missing is. So I'm gonna focus on the ones that are more recent, like this one right here. Okay, Kylian Mbappe. Let me, because this is a great example to like evaluate the like how close you got uh to the character, which is quite close, I would say, quite close. I think his cheekbone is not as high, his lips are also not as big. Yeah, you're really close, I would say. This is a nice one. When was this uploaded? 18 days ago. So this is quite recent. So yeah, I mean, this is a good result. 3D Painter and texturing XYZ workflow. I think one thing that we might be missing here, or not missing, but one thing that we can work on is the proportion here, the side proportion. And I don't have a side view of this guy right now, or at least I'm not seeing one. There we go. This one is. So see, if we take a look at the proportion, let me. I'm getting used to some of the tools here. There we go. Ah. Let's remove layer. Shift delete. Okay, shift delete. Hey, it's supposed to be working. Shift Supreme. Okay, so if we take a look at the proportions on the face right here, my God, like this proportion right here, it seems to me like your face is a little bit too long on this area compared to his. Like he should have either like a smaller face in general, or like a little bit of a bigger head, because the size of his face on this render that you have, it's a little bit bigger to the size of his face that I see on this render. You see that? So I think that could be one of it. Could be the hairline that's a little bit too high. Maybe have it a little bit lower. I know that right now there are two like small different haircuts, but yeah, I mean it looks quite nice. Now on the other characters, like the orc that you have there, yeah, the muscles are way too defined. Remember that in order to be like this, you would have to pretty much be chiseled. And there's always fat and skin on the like connection of the muscles. I'm gonna open real quick one character that I've been working with one of my classes. This is not for the classes. We're planning an anatomy class. I think it's down in the pipeline. But we have several character classes already. The demon character creation course that I did a couple of years ago, that one could be useful as well. But here, let me show you. See? So you can have like really big muscles like what I have over here, but there's no need to go like that deep on the element, because even this one, I'm eventually gonna be like adding a little bit of like skin and fat over there, so that when we smooth this out, it looks even more like natural. Okay, so don't go super deep. Add a little bit of breakups with the skin. This one looks a little bit better because you didn't have to go super high with the skin. But one thing I'm definitely seeing is the proportions. So proportions wise, remember guys, there's some very important like measurements that we need to follow. Let me create a new layer here. So proportion wise, remember guys, we have the head, and the head's gonna be like the main measurement, and then the second head is gonna be at the nipple height. So that's right. That's good. Third head's about the navel. That's okay. And then fourth head should be at the pubis. So that like this upper part, good. The arms seem a little bit too long. If you move the arm down, this guys right here should be about here, and they seem to be going a little bit higher. So probably like make the arm a little bit shorter, just a tad bit. But then this guy right here, this is way, way, way too long, because usually the 5th head is right about there, and then the 6th head is below the knee. See? And the knee right here is a little bit above. So the knee would be right there. And then we have the rest of the lower leg. A teacher of mine used to call this the Popeye Syndrome. Some of you guys might know him by other name. In Espanol, we call it Popeye, but it's Popeye. So Popeye is this guy, the spinach dude, the super strong guy. And he mentioned that whenever we design characters or creatures, one very common mistake is that people are designing like a creature or something. Let's say like I'm doing like a weird creature, and then I do like a really long arms and really short forearms, like this. And that's incompatible with like biomechanical movements. It really doesn't work. It might work on bugs and stuff, but especially for mammals and predators and stuff, it doesn't work. You want to do it the other way around. Whenever you're creating anything, if you're going to give it elongated limbs, let's say the hands are going to be all the way over here, you want to have long forearms and then short arms. Okay, because this gives you way more range of movement than this. Even though they might be the same distance, this one will give you way more range of movement. Same for the legs. If you're gonna do like really long legs, you want to have a long like lower leg and then a short like upper leg. Because the other way around, it's kind of like a weird like thing, so it doesn't work. Okay, so just keep that in mind, proportions, and I think you're in a really good position. One thing that I really like about your portfolio, my friend, is that you know how to do textures, UVs, and everything. So I think proportions and general like muscle structure could be something that you could improve upon. But yeah, you're like, I can definitely see the improvement. This is a great improvement. The football player, it's a great improvement compared to like this first like jobs over here. So yeah, just keep pushing, my friend. Keep pushing. This one is funny, but the arms are, of course, way too short. I know that it might be the style. But yeah. Cool. So let's move on to... That was her job. Let's go with Jacktop. Says, hello, Abraham. Hello, I have been using Blender for a few months and just started learning ZBrush last month from your courses on Skillshare. Thanks a lot for all of those courses. I hope you bring more ZBrush courses and tutorials. Here's my portfolio. Thank you, guys. And not only thank me, thank all of the team, because it's not only me. I do the recording, but there's a whole team behind making sure that everything is up to quality and stuff. So let's take a look. Like this one. This one's a nice interpretation of the Squid Games. I like it. It's a simple one. I don't mind it being here. On your portfolio, I mean, that's cool. This is really nice. I like this skull. The render makes it look really, really cool. Congratulations on this one. This one's it's really nice. You're going for really dark renders, which is fine. Just keep in mind that sometimes it's okay to have like lighter renders. This one's nice as well. Not bad. This one is really good. I really like this one. Very original way to combine like a couple of different things. Is this the Cheeto skull from the ZBrush course? If it is, then props to you, my friend, because it's a really nice and original way to showcase something that might be way too simple for its own portfolio piece, but when combined with a couple of other things, as you guys can see, makes it look a lot better. These three things right here, abstract 3D art, I can see three different ones. I would keep them on the same site. Like you don't want to like just have different entries for each of them, because it kind of makes it seem like you're what's the word? You're adding more stuff just to make it like have more elements when it's not really different elements. And this one, I'll probably wait a little bit more, refine a little bit more before placing it here in your portfolio. But it's a nice project, man. You're doing great. I've been learning Blender myself as well for the last couple of months. Not to replace Maya, because I've been using Maya for so long, but as like a secondary tool to do other kind of stuff. And it's a really powerful tool as well. We released a course that was by Alejandro. He released a course last month as well, Blender 3.0. So for anyone that's been thinking about getting into Blender, take my word for it. It is a really powerful tool, and even if you're already used to using Maya or anything, I think it is worth it to have it as a backup. So cool. Let's go now with Face Khan. So we have a cookery knife. I think I've seen this one before. I think this is from a tutorial. Because I've seen Kukri Nice before. That's a nice one, man. The ergonomics are right. The render is a little bit dark. I mean, it seems like the edge is coated with like a layer of paint or something. Normally, you would have this edge be shinier than everything else because that's where the sharpness of the object should be. That's what I would probably change. Now, you did save everything here, the file and everything. How are we doing on time? We're running a little bit low on time. I'm gonna keep this one, my friend. I'm actually gonna download this and we'll do a little tutorial later on, okay, on how to improve the texture because it's a really nice model. I think the texture is the only thing that needs a little bit more work. Let's take a look at this skate. Oh, what happened? Okay, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. For some of my students on the when they were taking introduction to 3D with me, this is one of the tests that I gave them. I make them do a skateboard, like model the whole skateboard and everything. It's really cool. The hell was that? Cool. Yeah, I mean, these two models are good, my friend. I think they're portfolio ready. I would add them to my portfolio if I were you. Upload them to our station as well. Do a clear render as well to appreciate the models by themselves without the texture. I think that could also be really helpful. Now let's go with Sterling Rackland. Thank you for doing the portfolio because we have to make sure I have a strong portfolio for my website and see if I need any change to my demo reel. I enjoy watching your YouTube channel and UV mapping has become very helpful. I used to be scared doing UV mapping at first, but after watching your YouTube channel for UV mapping, it has become easy for me. I love doing 3D modeling and hard surface environments and looking for again. Okay, perfect. So Starling has her own 3D website with Wixsite. Let's take a look. My name is Starlin. You graduated in Bachelor's BA degree in Animation and Visual Effects. Okay. Maya, Photoshop, Hard Surface, and ZBrush. Let's take a look at your demo reel. Okay. Okay, let me take a look at your hard surface stuff. Projects, yeah. So these are the same projects that are on your demo reel. Perfect. So the two rooms that you share, this office right here and this one right here, the kitchen, and even the studio, I would say they're fine. The proportions on some of your objects are wrong though. For instance, this Nintendo Switch right here, it doesn't really look like a Nintendo Switch. Like the proportions of the model and everything, a little bit off. Like not a little bit, like quite a bit off. Like the size of the buttons, the size of the controllers, they're not there yet. So I would personally take away this Switch right here and I would polish it a little bit more before uploading it here, because here you can't even tell it's a Switch. You can just think that it's like some sort of electronic device, like a stylized electronic device or something. And that's fine. Like you can get away with this, right? But yeah, like this is not really, it's not really there in regards to the 3D. Same for this tablet. Like it kind of looks like a Wacom tablet, like a Cintiq or something, similar to like this digital tablet I have here in front of me. But it's too thick. Like mine is just like this thick or something. So this one is way too thick. So make sure you check out your proportions. It's not wrong, by the way, to just go for like a ruler and just measure things. Like if you're trying to copy something in the real world, like literally measure how much each thing like measures and project that on your elements, because you do have some nice stuff. And textures, you definitely need to work on textures. We've mentioned, I think we mentioned this on the last on yesterday's portfolio review. People won't really hire you as a 3D artist if you only know how to model or sculpt, or if you only know how to do textures. They want someone that can do like the whole process so that you can help more along the pipeline, okay? But yeah, you're in a really good position now. I can definitely see here that you have other stuff like graphic design, and you have some nice skills for like illustration. That's nice. And even like figure drawing. So yeah, that's one of the cool things about like a degree, that you're gonna get a lot of experience in a lot of different things, and that gives you more range. But if you want to specialize in 3D, definitely invest in some texturing skills, because that's really gonna push all of these pieces that right now are just clay renders into the next level. Okay, so yeah, keep going, Starlin, keep going. Oh, let's go with Puneet Mishra. Hello, sir. First of all, thank you for your free tutorials. Have learned so much from those tuts. I'm learning 3D from last 10 to 12 months from scratch. I share my portfolio to take your feedback and what I can add to get hired as a 3D modeler. Thank you, guys. Wow, that's a nice model. Hey, I remember something similar to this one. You took inspiration, I can see. Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. This good. I might add more hair to the whole thing. It looks a little bit bald, but it's good. I've seen this one before. Is this original, or is this? If this is your original work, man, this looks great. Very DreamWorks, very Pixar-esque. This one I've definitely seen. I've definitely seen this demo reel several times. But that's fine. Elemensa, yeah, Elemensa. That's fine. Practicing with tutorials is always good. All of this, I think I've seen all of this. Texture-wise, this one needs more work. The modeling is not bad, but the textures need more work. The modeling is actually perfect. But yeah, give it another pass on the modeling section. And then this one's pretty damn cool. Pretty cool. I love it. Great model. Is this another tutorial? If this is not a tutorial, then congratulations, man. Like, this is great. Same for this one. Really clean. I think I've seen this one. I'm not sure. The Good Dinosaur. Nice. A little bit dense. No need to be super dense. This one I've seen as well. The concept at least. This one needs more detail. Definitely more detail. More like anatomy detail. Nice. Yeah. This is cool. Make sure to credit the artist, because this is not my concept. The concept was made by someone else. It was made by Rudok Stavern. So make sure to always credit the artist, and that was Rudok Stavern who did the concept art for this piece. But yeah, you nailed it. You nailed it. Looks pretty cool. Yeah, man. I mean, you have really good experience. This one is also very cool. I think I've seen this one before as well. Oh yeah, Pablo Munoz, of course. But it's very good. Very good. Yeah, keep pushing it, man. You're good. I mean, this is already a very nice portfolio. I feel like if you wanted to, you could already send this to like studios. Of course, maybe not the top studios, right? But like local studios or national studios that you have there on India, and start getting your name out there, because you already know the pipeline. You already know how to do things, and it shows right here. So you're ready to go into the workforce. Yeah, this is really good. Congratulations. JT Ramirez. Hello, Abraham. Hope this message finds you well. First, thanks so much. Thank you so much for this that you're doing with our portfolios. It is great help for new artists. I'm in my 30s, and about 5 years ago, I decided to change careers to 3D art. To make long story short, all this has been new to me because I have no art backgrounds. Originally, I wanted to be a character artist, but it has proven to be a huge challenge. However, I have learned lots of other things that can be used in other areas. So, at the moment, my portfolio has weapons rather than characters, and I would like your thoughts on those assets. I believe they are on the realistic spectrum, but any advice to make things more stylized will be appreciated. JD, you're in a very similar decision that I had. Most of you already know, but I was actually studying to become a doctor. I was in medicine school, and I finished the first year of medicine school, and that's when I realized, like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna go and make 3D art. I'm gonna make I want to be I want to make video games, right? So yeah, it's never too late. When I was studying in Los Angeles, I had a friend of mine who was like 45 years old. I had another friend of mine with another like classmate. I think he was like 55 years old, and he decided to start learning 3D and stuff. So it's never too late to learn new things. The only thing that I recommend is don't make big changes in your career, especially if there's like a family that you need to sustain and stuff. But if you can afford it, and it's available to you, and you want to do something else, go for it. Okay, topology wise, it's fine. This topology is fine, I would say. It's a little bit heavy on the topology side, especially if you want to go for stylized. Stylized tends to be a little bit lower. Oh, you actually did the... Oh, no. The concept is by Jungla 3D. I thought you had done the design and then done the 3D work. That would have been cool as well. Okay, okay. Let's go for the latest ones. Because, like, this one looks really cool. I like this one. I really like this one. A little bit heavy on topology as well, but not that bad. And the texture works looks a lot better. That one looks pretty cool as well. So like a hand axe, right? Yeah, it's a hand axe. Nice. I really like this one. Who's doing these concepts, man? Someone's drawing them for you, right? Yeah, I mean, congratulations on the execution, because you're taking the concept, it seems to me, and you're really, really nailing it. The resolution and everything else seems to be great. I actually think you were mentioning, how can I make this more stylized? I actually think they're a little bit too stylized right now. Like, they don't seem super realistic, but that's mainly because of the shapes, right? Like, if you take a look, as I show you, was it last video or this video? I'm not sure. If I show you the axe, like, this is a more realistic axe, right? Like, super simple handle, just a couple of straps and the head, maybe a little bit of fur there, and that's it. You're not gonna find this super crazy curvatures and shapes and stuff on realistic weapons, because it's not functional, right? They would break or they would bend, and that's not something that we're going for. But this is fine. Like, for fantasy sort of stuff, this is great. Yeah. My advice for you, my friend, you are from Ecuador. ¿Español? ¿Hablas español? Me imagino que sí. I'm going to keep it in English for everyone to follow along as well. But my advice to you is try to do things that you're not as comfortable with, because that's the challenge. I know you said you wanted to be a character artist originally, and this is not that bad. Like, the proportions and the cloth and things, they actually look interesting. But if you say, hey, you know what, like, I think maybe the industry is too competitive on the character side and I want to do props, that's fine. But we need to do other kinds of props. There's a lot of weapons, medieval weapons. We need to do some sci-fi weapons. We need to do some modern weapons. We need to do grenades. We need to do guns, bazookas, like stuff like that, so that any game studio that's developing any kind of games, they can be like, oh, Jose can do guns, he can do medieval weapons, he can do little robots. Because especially, for instance, for me, like here in the studio, right now I only have 3 artists working for me, but one of those artists, I took him in because I know he can model anything. So if I ask him to do characters, he can do them. Maybe not perfectly, but he can do them. If I ask him to do props, he can do it. If I ask him to do environments, he can do it. So that's the kind of thing that is really valuable, because even if he's not the best at any of those, he's really good at all of them, right? So he's like a jack of all trades. But you're in a good path, my friend. I think you're doing great. And finally, last but not least, and actually, Dax, you're lucky, my friend. You are lucky, because you just uploaded this like 4 hours ago, because I forgot to close the submission link. So you got in like right there. You stole, like in baseball, I'm not sure how they call it in baseball when they steal a base, right? Or something like that. So, cool. Hello, my name is Dash Basudeva, and I have been doing 3D for almost 1 year now. I've been following your work, and I admire your work. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm doing my bachelor's in animation VFX and gaming in India. I'm looking forward to going abroad for further studies in unis like Noman. That would be great. If you guys can go to Noman, one of the best schools out there. Okay, let's take a look. Not bad. Okay, cool. So I'm seeing some really cool models. I'm not gonna talk too much about the characters right now, because they definitely need a little bit more work. Like, this is Silco from Arcane. I understand the kind of like stylization you're going for, but we need to do a little bit more study. Maybe we'll talk about this sort of topics later on the channel. But yeah, we need to do a little bit more study. Same for this kind of stuff. Like, I understand this is Hangman, right? Like the little game that we play sometimes. This is the kind of stuff that, again, I would probably not add to my portfolio just yet. Same for the characters. It might be a good idea to leave the characters out for now, because, for instance, this girl right here looks a little bit creepy. And I know that this was a study, female face. It's a female study, right? But again, it needs a little bit more work. Yeah, but this models right here, for instance, this one right here, this is pretty cool. I'm not sure what this is, some sort of like a robot or something, but it looks quite nice. Maybe a little bit of a better render, and of course textures. I always mention textures. That would definitely be good for this piece. This one's also good, even though the lighting's a little bit weird. I can kind of understand it due to the sort of like imaging we're using. Yeah, I mean, you spend so much time on this one, right? Like it looks really good. I think this one looks the best. This purple one. Where are you rendering this? Maya. So that's Arnold, right? Yeah, I mean it's a good piece. Yeah, this sort of stuff. Maybe just play around with the lights because I really like this purple one. I think it makes it look more cohesive. What if you tried doing this with a little bit of fog like this one? I think that could really push the scene. But this is a really nice piece because, and I've mentioned this before, you don't have to do like amazing models everywhere, because if you think about this as a context, right, like how are we gonna see this? Maybe this is just a backdrop for some action going on the foreground or something. So this works perfectly fine. That's a nice one. We don't see a lot of like full environments like that one. Textures, definitely work on the textures. These look a little bit fake. I'm not sure if the render is only in Arnold. It seems like it. You're seeing it here. So we definitely need to UV this and texture them so that it looks a little bit more realistic. Because right now it looks a little bit too fake. It looks like 3D. And relatively easy to fix. Here, the render definitely needs a little bit more work. Maybe an HDRI. The ceiling looks way too low. I'm not sure if you're using the proper measurements. It kind of seems like it. So check the height of the camera, for instance. That could also work. This one looks a little bit better, a little bit softer on the light. I would still add more light to it. Like this. This is a little bit more illuminated. I like this one a little bit better. This one's fine. This one's even better. Yeah, especially in architecture, people like to see a lot of light. Okay, model texture and render in Maya. Damn, that's a nice model. I definitely want to see a wireframe here. Add a wireframe on this one because if you show that this is made with proper topology, then that means that you're really good at modeling. Nice render. More like cinematic. That's realistic. Yeah, this I like. This one is good. Dagger. Not bad. The dagger itself looks a little bit bland, but everything looks good. This one I've seen before, I think. This concept again as well. Yeah, the texture's getting there. This one's really good. I think this is one of my favorite pieces from yours on this portfolio because it's really clean, really clean. So yeah, I think you're in a good position as well, my friend. I would definitely take away like remove some of this, especially like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like remove those for now, and focus on only having the very best. This one's also not great. I've seen this one before. This is the rendering challenge, yeah, right? Yeah, that's the one. So yeah, this one's cool though. The Sci-Fi drone. Yeah, like you can create a small scene with the use depth of field. Definitely use depth of field and fog to give them more of an atmospheric view to the whole thing. But congratulations, man! You have a nice portfolio as well. Keep pushing. And yeah, that's it, guys. We've arrived to the end of this portfolio review. Thank you very much again for everyone for your submissions. This is what makes this series possible. So for those of you that want to participate in this portfolio submission later on, do not worry. We will have one more on April. So stay tuned. Make sure to leave a like, share, subscribe, and you'll hear about us for the next portfolio review. Okay? I'll see you back tomorrow. We'll continue with the ring and we'll do more 3D stuff. So hang on tight, and I'll see you back on the next one. Bye-bye.